let's talk about these draft picks in the summer league, man. The draft picks that the Grizzlies drafted was Jake LaRavia, Roddy, my man.
Yeah.
Now I'm forgetting folks. Kenny Lofton Jr., Kennedy Chandler from Memphis, and what's the other dude name?
Vince
Left hand guy.
Williams.
Was that?
Vince
Yeah, Vince
Williams
Williams and Vince
and Junior.
Williams.
Williams Jr. Yep.
Bro, what you think about the draft picks?
The draft picks, bro. Like honestly, I didn't know anything about Jake LaRava. You know what I mean? I had to do some research on him.
Yeah, me too, bro.
But with him now, David Roddy, I remember seeing him in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
And I was like, who is this dude? I don't know who they. Maybe they're playing Michigan or something.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, like the whole draft is, what I'm saying, they're not, what I'm saying, franchise changing pieces.
Right.
But they fit along with what we need and what we do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then maybe as they, continue to develop and go along, I think they could be, what I'm saying, like something special. Like LaRava, I see him as like a pure shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody we can get kind of on the wing and do what he do there.
Yeah.
Roddy is like a, kind of like a versatile guy. He can probably play the 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe super small ball, maybe 5, something, you know what I'm saying? 6'5", 6'6".
He a big boy.
Yeah, like 650 or 250, right? 250, something like that. And then now obviously I think Kennedy Chandler was a steal. Personally, I thought we may have went for him in the first round. I would have been like, I thought that may be a little too reachy to get him with our first round pick, but what they call King Zach, he ended up, doing his thing, and we got him with the 38th pick.
Yep.
And then Kenny Lofton, that was a manna from heaven. You know what I mean?
Bro.
Like
light skinned Zebo in this thing.
Man, he was manna from heaven, bro. Like I remember seeing him on that US team with Chet Holmgren.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, he was the most productive player on the team, not the most the best prospect.
Right.
And he won the medal. And so, and I don't know too much about Vince Williams, but for what I saw from him so far, he looked like he can make the roster possibly.
Yeah. I think Jake LaRavia is the most mysterious guy to me of the draft because, like I said, I didn't see him. I know he played for Wake Forest, and before we even go all the way in the summer league, but just he got a nice J. That's what I could say. That joint is looking real Mike Miller-ish. You know what I'm saying? Mike Miller light. Yes. But I'm not sure. Roddy is nice, all around player. I think I saw him in a tournament too. Just because I think he was the everything dude, kind of like a Draymond. You know what I mean? Draymond with a jumper, young Draymond. Not to get the Grizzly fans' hopes up. We ain't saying he Draymond, but style of play. You know what I'm saying? He kind of remind me of that. Maybe not so much so on the defensive end. Vince Williams, like he classic 3-and-D dude. You know what I mean? James Posey-ish. Left hand Posey kind of looking. And Lofton, man, like he's like Zebo with a little bit lighter feet. You know what I mean? Because he moves, man. Yeah, he's more shifty, man. Like I don't think he rebound as well. I don't think he learned how to use his body like that yet. But he nice, man. I think he's an excellent pickup, especially for a two-way player. A lot of people have been saying that he should have been like drafted for real. Yeah. And Kennedy Chandler, man, like I feel like he should have went to Memphis to the Tigers anyway. So this is like just a prize. You know what I'm saying?
I know, right?
I think
constantly to a degree.
Yeah, I think Penny screwed that up, man. But hey, this ain't the Tiger show. But I think Kennedy Chandler be all right, man. He's small guard, man. That's the only thing that scare me. He's 6 foot, but he jump high. I guess it's kind of like Ja, because Ja's they say he's 6'3", but my man probably about 6'1 and a half, 6'2". But he jumps so high and make him seem bigger and taller. You know what I mean? So I don't know with that. So
he got that wingspan too.
Yeah, he got long arms.
Long wingspan. I think he like 6'7" or something like that. I think.
Yeah, he very good on defense, man. Good hands, So I think in the future he may be able to be the backup point guard. I think Stone's got it now though. Tyus, he locked for the backup point guard for right now. Yeah. So
No doubt.
as for them in the summer league, man, what you thought about him when you saw him in action, brother?
Man, it was different because I think they tried to put what's his name,
Yeah,
Zaire in the forefront, and I think a lot of people. I think we look pretty good. The games that I saw, Larava he looked pure,
yeah,
except maybe for the last game and a half that I saw.
yeah,
Roddy looks pretty good too. I think he getting his feet under him. I think Kenley Chandler, the one that most I think was kind of more consistent in how he played,
yeah.
and Vince looked good too in spurts that I saw him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the only difference is with Zaire because I think we talked about too, maybe in our chat, like Zaire. You're like, oh man, what if Zaire take the leap that Desmond Bain did?
Yeah, yeah.
And it is like when I thought about it, I'm like, that's kind of unfair
Mm-hmm.
because if you think about it, Desmond was a 4-year college player. And so his second year, he like 23, 24,
Right,
and
right.
kind of, you know what I'm saying, kind of getting Zaire still, what, 19?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
19, maybe going on 20.
yeah.
So, I won't expect him to make that type of leap, but I think he will be good enough for what we need from him. And I thought he did an okay job trying to facilitate and being on the ball like that.
Yeah, I think he did okay. I think that's not his end goal or end game. Like I think they're playing him out of position, and at times he looked shaky is because he wasn't doing what he's supposed to be doing. You know, Zaire seems to be more of a guy that's set up than being the setup man.
Yeah.
Like he got some
You think
dimes
he's
though,
2 or 3? You think he's 2 or 3?
more of a 3. Well
Yeah,
maybe a 2. He's because he's so light, but he
yeah,
tall and long, man. Like
yeah,
he can shoot good like a 2. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
Desmond Bain to me is like the two forever for us. You know, in my
yeah.
opinion, until he
I
ready,
will.
till we make a trade or he retire here. You know, but I think Zaire playing a 1. I don't think that was a successful experiment in the summer league, but he did get some buckets up. You know, so I give him that.
Right.
And he can pass. I just think he don't need to be a primary pass. I mean, you got
Yeah,
John Morant for that.
yeah. That's not him, but I think he's long term a 3. I guess depending on the matchup,
Yeah,
because he's so tall, he can probably play the 2 depending on who
yeah,
we playing. But I like his versatility and stuff. It's just a matter of you know because Trip look like Trip ain't gonna maybe get into that, but Trip ain't gonna be back. So
right.
somebody gonna have to step up,
Yeah,
and I think that probably be Dylan, and but we need somebody in that front court to really,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying. You're not gonna do defensively what Trip do, but
Of course not.
you know what I'm saying. Maybe you can do something else, maybe what I mean, to compensate for kind of what he brings to the table. At least someone to give you 12, 13 points at least,
Yeah.
and then
So we
Jock can make up the rest.
so we didn't plan to talk about this, but who do you think gonna start? You know, with Jaren being out, what's your
This is
starting
what I
5?
think. My starting 5 is gonna be Ja. It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be. I think he's gonna put. Gonna be Bane.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is who I think is gonna be. I wouldn't say this is who I would like to be, but I think it's gonna be Dylan.
Yeah.
And at the 4, um, this is gonna be tough, but I think you got to put BC in there.
Really? Okay. Yeah.
BC, and then obviously with Adams, because I'm thinking like if Trip gonna be out, who else could you put in there? You can't put Xavier in there. I don't think
No.
you're gonna start the rookie straight off.
Right.
Um, am I missing somebody that we got? I don't think so.
But
That we got that.
maybe Santi. You know, he
I
got the
forgot
body
about
build
something.
for it. He got the body build for it. And
He do.
he looked better in the NBA than he did in the summer league.
Yeah, yeah,
Definitely.
he do. I forgot about Santi,
Yeah.
but I think straight off though, I think BC did it. But I think Santi, depending, like, look, if he get his confidence going,
Yeah.
hey, you know what I mean, he can get it, man. But those are my 5, bro. What you think? Who you think the 5 gonna be? Now
Okay.
you can tell it's another conversation like who I want to be the 5.
All
But
right. I'll go with who I think is gonna be. It's gonna be Ja Bain, Dylan. You know, I feel about the same way with you as Dylan, but I'm hoping for Dylan to have a bounce back year. Let's just say that he was injured
yeah,
last year. I can't act like he wasn't injured. He was injured. So Ja, Dylan, Bain, for the 4. I'm gonna throw a curveball in here. Z. Yep.
Z. Oh snap.
Z. Because and here's why I say that. You could put Z in there, but remember in the playoffs, Dillon switched over and held Karl Anthony Towns. He's strong enough to go over there and body with the 4s. Most of the 4s in the NBA, they not like post up dudes. You know what I mean? So where the wings are really be like literally interchangeable. 3 and 4 are gonna really be interchangeable, depending on the matchup. Only reason I say that because putting like BC on it, they never want to start BC. Remember in the playoffs, they just refuse, even though Tillman was out there getting ate up. They wouldn't start him. You know what I'm saying? They just would not start him. I guess they don't like him in the starting lineup, but maybe he don't play as well in the starting lineup. So I'm thinking, they'll put Z up there and then, big Adams at the center.
I like that. Actually, since you said it, I'm like, yeah, because although I think BC is more productive, but
absolutely
for how we play up and down and getting up the floor,
right?
It kind of makes sense. I can see.
Because think how many times Z started last year with Dillon hurt. He moved right in the starting lineup, and he was all right. He wasn't Dillon, but he was all right. Too. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Yeah. But then it's like when you look at the bench. Okay, then you have BC. Yeah. Okay, I can see that. Actually, I like your 5 right there, putting Z out there because you can't make up Tripp's production. So why try to put another big out there?
Right.
Like BC, you know what I'm saying? Just do something a little innovative. Put Z out there, 6'8", 6'9".
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And just run them off the court.
Right, because you think the tempo gonna be super fast with that. What I think they probably end up doing though, that was probably more of what I want. What I think they probably gonna end up doing is putting Santi in there, either Santi or Tillman.
Yeah. And
if I had to choose between Santi and Tillman, I'd put Santi in there because I think Tillman's just a small center. Santi is more of a wing. A wing forward. He's a big dude. And he can block a few shots. He is no Jaren, but he can block a few shots.
Right.
But experience is going to help. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you put some confidence, put the battery in his back, he'll be a little bit better. But,
Yeah, I think Coach Jink is probably going to mess around with that lineup probably the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season.
Yeah.
And just kind of see what kind of fits. But I like your suggestion, though. I like putting Z at the 4 and just kind of seeing how he how he adjusts to it. But like you said, if Dillon can guard the 4 too, so it ain't like he necessarily got to guard, some of those too. So I think, that'll be cool. That'll be cool.
Let's think about how many teams in the NBA really got 2 big men. Like, like they play Golden State, he could play at the 4 on Golden State. Who would he be sticking? You know what I'm saying? Like if it was Draymond, they'll just put Dillon on Draymond. But Draymond not a scorer anyway.
The big twin towers they just did in Minnesota.
Now we couldn't do that with them. You have to play another big man. Yeah, you have to play another big man for them.
Still do it. Cat can't really guard on the perimeter like that.
That's true, and he gets bothered by smaller defenders. So yeah. But anyway, man. As for the summer league, man. As for the team, I wasn't impressed by a lot of people, man. Like I think I liked Z's aggressiveness. But I didn't like him as a point guard. I did like the fact he can throw some dimes, but no, let's just kill the narrative. He don't need to be a point guard. And he's not Desmond Bane, like you said earlier. Desmond Bane was a 4-year college player. He's a grown man, you know what I mean? And he played with the ball in his hand in college. So it wasn't like something totally brand new. I think Z has never played like that. So I wasn't impressed with that. As for the new guy, Jake LaRavia, the very first game, he was shooting that thing, 4 threes, you know what I mean? And then the rest of the league, the rest of the games, he was scary. Like the game they did play yesterday against the and if you're watching this is right after they played the Celtics and they got bumped, got killed by a dude with the blonde hair. I forget dude played for Alabama. I forget dude's name. Yeah. But he murdered them. He's in the same class with Kennedy Chandler. He gave them fully buckets. I think dude dropped 28 on the Grizzlies. J.D. Davidson. Yeah, J.D. Davidson gave them all buckets, everything they wanted.
That's right. Yeah. He did go to Alabama, yeah.
So they couldn't really do nothing with the Celtics. I think that was a bad game, but it showed me nobody showed me a lot of dynamicism. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I guess we can't expect that much because we got lower draft picks. When you're a good team, you don't get the high draft picks. And our highest draft pick was 19? You know what I mean? And I'm probably most encouraged out of Kenny Lofton. I would say Kennedy Chandler, but he's doing what I expected him to do, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's kind of like Mike Conley-ish, in my opinion. He kind of plays like Conley a little bit.
Perfect.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a lot like Conley. And David Roddy was very impressive to me. He didn't start off good, but as he got to going, he got quick feet to be that stocky. Him and Lofton, they got quick feet to be so big.
My bad. Yeah, but he looked fairly solid too. Like he don't look like a flabby 250, 255.
Yeah, he football thick. He ain't fat thick.
Yeah, so Roddy, man, I think Roddy is he's very, like I said, he's very stocky. He's not like a sloppy 255. So I think he can actually, you know what I'm saying, play multiple positions. And really, when I look at that, I thought it was kind of a perfect class because when you put, you know what I'm saying, Bane out there, out there, you know what I'm saying, their role, they're not going to be asked to do much. And so they can be a star in their role probably quicker than being on any other team.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why I think it was a perfect mix because what Ja brings to the table with Bane, like if they develop to be, you know what I'm saying, greater than that, that's a plus on us.
Right. Everybody they drafted shot 38% from 3 or higher. So, their emphasis was shooters. They didn't shoot that good in the summer league, but I would imagine playing with the Ja Morant, you're more open. You know what I'm saying? If you wide open, like I said, my man LaRavia didn't shoot that well to me or didn't shoot that much, I can imagine, if he wide open, Ja would be like, bruh, shoot that. I got you open. Just like he put the battery back in Z, man. I remember Z missed a game winner. I think they was playing maybe the Knicks, Philadelphia, right? Yeah. And then the next game, Ja was like, nah, I want him to do that. We behind him, shoot it, whatever. The next game, he scored like 22, 25, something like that. So I imagine the same thing could happen for these rookies, if they start messing up and get them that confidence. I think the awesome thing about our front office and the coaching staff is we don't have the players that you see them and they like, pow, just popping like Ja. Ja is one of those players. A lot of these players you see and be like, I don't know. But then, like, by the end of the year, just like Z, it's like, okay, Z nice. But when we first saw him, like, man, we got rid of MKJ always talk about it. What's big dude down there in New Orleans? Jonas. We got rid of Jonas for this dude.
JB.
Yeah. Get rid of JB for this. You know what I'm saying? But JV for this. But I can see what they do, and I think I don't know what you call it. Development process is so good. So it's like we have to wait on what we get. It's like, okay, they not super dope right now, but let's see what they talking about at the end of next year. You know what I mean? Even Tillman. I mean, when we beat Golden State to go play against Utah last year, Tillman hit the big shot. You know what I mean? He was I think that's when he was a rookie that year. So I think we picked all right, man. I think they picked the tools. You know what I'm saying? Because like they just got put the confidence in my man LaRavia and Roddy. I think Roddy gonna be straight from day one, in my opinion.
I do too. Like I think LaRavia just kind of get over there in that corner,
Yeah, just
it's pretty
let
much
that
like
thing fly, man.
Yeah, because he kind of gonna be like I think kind of in quote unquote eventually like in a Kyle Anderson role.
Mm-hmm. With a jumper.
And so so if he can get that thing wet from the side or from the, you know what I mean, I think that's gonna be his spot, that corner 3.
Yeah, I agree.